Across town, each generation of the Bhatti family has their different role to play in the family fabric shop.
Double it up so you could have it simple but elegant, just to give that little bit of bling.
Yeah.
Brother Jay and sister Sham have to juggle childcare along with everything else that running a family business throws at them.
You're like creative director or something like that?
Yeah, marketing, creative director. Give me any hat, they'll just chuck hats at me and then end up having to take on the role.
I could be the owner one minute, I could be the cleaner next, the repairer, the plumber, everything. You do whatever fits. You have to get the job done.
Do you think the green looks nice? It's nice, isn't it?
Dad Mohammed's been in business long enough to have learned a thing or two about Asian ladies' fashion.
And I've got to look good, all right?
No, inshallah, you look very...
So that my husband looks at me 2 times more.
No, inshallah.
All right?
As soon as you wear this suit, any complaints, please tell me.
Yeah.
Creating their successful business hasn't been plain sailing, as the Bhatti family have faced challenges to get where they are today. Mohammed had built the business from scratch with his wife Nasseen. But when she became ill, 20-year-old Sham and Jay, 22, had to step into the breach.
For having no responsibilities, all of a sudden having responsibility for business, family, sisters, house chores, things that I didn't want to do, you have to do, so you just got on with them.
You've done really, really well. Because I remember when your mum took ill, your sisters were that small.
I said, well, what's wrong with your mummy? She said, my mummy's got brain tumour. It just ripped your heart out, really, I remember.
That is part of our culture. We do believe in family first. We will look out for each other, whether it's extended family or whether it's immediate family.
Jay is multitasking, running the shop while overseeing his daughter Mariam's homework.
Move one letter from the first word and add it to the second word to make 2 new words. I'm confused. I'm glad she's doing it.
To make sure she has the best opportunities outside the shop, he's adopting the very English aspiration of getting her into a grammar school.
In her Bodden's mock test, she got 82%. In verbal reasoning, which one was it?
That was non-verbal reasoning.
Non-verbal reasoning, sorry.
What's non-verbal reasoning?
I have absolutely no idea.
The shop often had to come first for Jay over his homework, so he's determined that history does not repeat itself.
I mean, when we used to come back from school, we're expected to help out as soon as we can, you know, within the family business. I want them to be more into their education. I keep thinking of the same phrase of the world is our oyster.
Hopefully she'll become something and make us all proud. No pressure.
In the Jewish neighborhood, there's another family just as determined their son becomes a high achiever, and whose dad wants him to have as many different career paths to choose from, one of which is running their Jewish family bakery. Unless 13-year-old Oliver takes it on, Jeff Rosenfield and his son Robert will be the last of a long-running baking dynasty.
How long has baking been in your family?
Oh, 3 generations. My father, my grandfather, and now Robert.
Can I have a couple of nuts, please, and a small cookie?
Yes, I haven't got a small jam and cinnamon, I've got a small plain one.
Perfect.
OK.
Like any Jewish bakery, their busiest day is Friday.
Friday night, Jewish Sabbath. So we have our breads, a few treats. Our religion is about food.
The bagels, you look at that. You can put anything on a bagel.
A lot of the non-Jewish customers will come in and even they will tell us that our bagels are better than all the other Jewish shops' bagels.
They're delicious and very moist. That's
If there was a secret recipe, I'm not going to tell you, am I? We're like Coca-Cola, we can't give things away like that. But yeah, no, we've had a recipe that goes back a long, long time, over 100 years.
OK, see you, Celia. Bye, love.
Thanks.
Robert may now be at the helm of a very successful family business, but it's not something he'd ever planned.
It wasn't a sort of a career path that I wanted to take. I wanted to be a journalist when I was growing up, and I actually had a job working at a newspaper for a while, but that didn't work out, and then sort of fell into the baking side of things. I'm a great believer in fate, and we call it beshert, where, you know, things sort of happen for a reason, and I think I always was going to be in the bakery. I don't think I had a choice. It's a bit like that famous line, once you're in, you're never getting out.
No matter what the religion, when school's out, personal tutors reign.
I've only got like a few bits.
Bit of tweaking to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, fine.
Robert is taking his son Oliver to his bar mitzvah lesson.
I mean, bar mitzvah is the biggest thing in a boy's life when you become 13. It's just like a tradition of you becoming a man. You know, I'm supposed to have less responsibility for him. You don't suddenly change into Superman or any other person. You just take on your religion maybe a bit more seriously, and he's supposed to start sort of taking things on his own shoulders, you know, having his own responsibility. So it's important for a Jewish boy to go through that.
Oliver will have to perform a reading in Hebrew from the Torah, the Jewish Bible, in front of a synagogue full of family and friends. To make sure he doesn't fluff his lines, Alan, his tutor, will be giving Oliver extra homework, as he does with all his students.
I hear from parents that they can hear their children in the bedroom, or they can even hear them in the shower. The boys do they tell me that they even practice on the bus going to school. So yes, they will be practicing at home, I hope.
A bit more practice needed, I think.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Not been for a while.
No.
A bit more practice.
Tweaking.
Yeah, a little bit of tweaking, but we'll a bit more often now, from once a week, I think, for the next few weeks.
Got to brush up on a few parts.
I hope I get right on the day.
You will. I'm sure you will. By the time the day comes, you'll know it inside out. It won't be a problem.
Right, Langdon's is done now. I need the list right away, please.
Back at the family bakery, Oliver's granddad Jeff is trying to get his bread order right.
How many square rye you got ordered?
Tomorrow, it's Friday, the Jewish Sabbath, for which every Jewish home in the area will need fresh kosher bread for their traditional Friday night meal.
You're going to be ages, aren't you? This slows me up, this, every week.
Well, I did actually intend to take a little bit more of it home on Tuesday, but I forgot the book, the list one. I'm doing it. 5, 6, 7.
I don't like any mornings anymore.
Grumpy old man.
It's a deadline which, after almost 60 years of working in the bakery, isn't getting any less stressful.
I mean, if I had my time over again, I'd think twice, because it's a very hard and it's a very demanding business, and the hours are very unsociable. In my younger days, all my friends used to go out, and I had no social life because I had to be in the bakery early every morning.
You think that will continue?
Well, who knows? Who knows what the younger generation wants to do?
Ultimately, it will be Oliver's decision as to whether there is a 5th generation of baker in the family.
What about baking for a living?
Well, he says that I shouldn't really. So, for a starter job, maybe, I might, but yeah.
Once you go into this business, you never get out. That's what happened to me. So don't say a starter job, because once you're in, that's it.
Like young Oliver, the Batty kids are also working hard to better themselves. In this life and the next.
He's not just opening the doors of paradise for himself, but his mom, his dad, so that's a big achievement in life for us.
Being a devout Muslim anywhere in the world requires a lot of hard work. For the Bhatti family in Cheetham Hill, twice a week after school, there's a quick change of clothes to be ready for Islamic studies. On top of studying for grammar school, 10-year-old Mariam spends 3 hours a week studying the Quran, the Islamic Bible.
So what have you got in your arms then?
Both Qurans. It's wrapped up.
You got one as well?
Yeah, but mine isn't wrapped up yet.
Little Selena's big brother Wes has set his sights on the biggest prize for any Muslim child, learning the entire Quran by heart.
That's one of the dreams I want to reach. Obviously, my teacher says that I can do it. She believes in me and I believe in myself, so I bet I can do it. My mum goes, if you read the Quran by heart, the doorway to heaven will open to all your family. So yeah, I want to achieve that goal.
It's a religious belief that if my son learnt the Quran by heart, which he wants to, he's not just opening the doors of paradise for himself, but his family, for his mom, his dad, so that's a big achievement in life for us.
If memorizing 600 pages of the Quran wasn't hard enough, they're having to learn it in Arabic.
Put your finger right hand. No, spell it. Because you did mistake. Yeah. Yeah, the word.
Nina's right now learning phonics of Arabic, so how words are pronounced.
When your mother tongue is English, Arabic can be a bit of a tongue twister.
They don't understand what they're reading at the moment, so hopefully once they get used to it, they'll be able to read the translations.
Learning the whole Quran may one day open the doors of the afterlife for the Bhatti family, but its teachings will play a big part in helping the kids shape their more immediate futures.
Religion must be one of our top priorities. It helps them with their choices in life as well, what's right and wrong. We want them to achieve as much as possible in life on a spiritual level and, as being British Muslims.
Please come in.
Every parent wants to keep their children on the straight and narrow. At CJ Singh, the Sikh priest's house, it's no different.
I can show you upstairs, yeah?
But he has a special guest staying who helps him keep his large family in check. This guest lives upstairs in a spare bedroom that is dedicated to him.
Guru Granth Sahib Ji. So we have Guru Granth Sahib Ji at home.
Wrapped up in the bed to keep it sacred is a book which all Sikhs believe is the last living guru, who left them strict instructions on how to lead their lives.
If you're thinking of doing something wrong and you walk past this room and you have a look inside, then you can think twice before doing that wrong thing. Yeah. So that's a good thing. It makes you a better person. Yeah. It really helps.
This is a type of Punjabi, basically.
Every morning, CJ's family take it in turns to read from their holy book.
People think these are books, but we respect them as a living guru. Living guru means living God, because this is giving us a way of life.
Not only is the book giving them spiritual guidance, CJ's convinced it's helping his daughter excel in her studies.
Every time I went to every teacher, they said, "Hello, Mr. Singh, your daughter, she's top in maths, she's top in English, and definitely because our belief comes from here."
Whenever I have exams, I come here and I pray before going to the school or university. And then I go to the school and then I do my prayers just before starting writing. So sometimes I feel like, what do other people do? Because, you know, that nervousness, I don't know how people get over it. I mean, I get over it by just praying to the Guru Sahib, but I don't know how other people get over it. So I'm so thankful.
I always say, you know, nothing is impossible. Impossible itself says, I am possible. I am possible.
19-month-old Quinay and her mum Shakita are preparing for their big day in church.
That's your dress. Oh, Nene's dress. Pretty. Yeah, your pretty dress.
Tomorrow, Quinay will be the first of her Bermudian family to be christened in Britain. And so Shakita has a big after-party planned.
We're going to go to church. We're going to have the blessing. Then when we leave the church, we're going to have a celebration and just socialize, get the godparents to know each other better, godparents to know the church people, you know, because it takes a village to raise a child, not just one person, it takes a whole village.
And the party is said to take place in a very English setting, the local cricket club.
Happy Christening! Happy Christening!
Shakita and her Bermudian brother and cousin are busy laying out decorations for what will be the biggest day yet in Quinay's life.
It will be kept for her to have for when she's older. She can look back on it as a part of the memories from the day she got blessed. Just got a little beam going on. You know, you gotta have a little bit of decor going on. And I got some balloons to do tomorrow, so it's not quite done. You know, tomorrow is the last hoorah and the big event.
It's a happy day when Jesus take your sins away. You shout, you rejoice, you feel good. Hallelujah.
At the New Testament church where the christening will take place, welcoming a new child into her faith is always cause for celebration for Sister Mary.
Children is our heritage. It is important to commit them to the Father and ask Him to bless them, guide them, and protect them. You know, we as children of God, the elders, we are here to pass it on. Bring them in from the field of sin. Bring them to God. So it is very important.
Nine-year-old Pranvat is just one of many young Sikhs who will be vying for prizes at tonight's headline billing at the Sikh Gurdwara, the turban tying competition.
Please come on, okay? Hello, how are you? You okay?
Pranvat's uncle, CJ Singh, is hoping the event will inspire more young Sikhs to take up wearing the turban. It's already proving a smash hit.
When we announced about turban competition, a lot of children came, they want to tie turban now. So that is what they are learning from one of the volunteers. They want to tie it, they want to learn it, how to do it.
It's less common for Sikh girls to wear turbans. But when it comes to competition time, even they want a slice of the action.
There is an art to it, but the more you do it, the better you get, pretty much, yeah. So I like do classes with these kids, so it's quite nice that they want to also partake in it. They don't usually wear it, but because of the competition, they also wanted to do it today.
First, to inspire the kids, it's the dad's race.
We'll be having 5 judges. They look for the neatness, cleanliness, how to tie up this turban, how to keep the turban while tying. So these all things are accounted for. It is a lot of fun, but I've seen a lot of people get serious about this.
They have just 5 minutes to tie their turban as neatly as possible. A turban can be 5 meters long unraveled, so tying one requires immense skill and hand-turban coordination. As turbans must always be treated with utmost respect to remain sacred, if any part of them touches the floor, the contestant faces automatic disqualification.
Yeah, this is my first competition, but I've been practicing for ages, so...
How do you think you'll get on?
Yeah, I think I'll get on good.
Jagrup Singh, Kirti Kaur, Muskan Kaur, Ashleen Kaur, Jasmeet Singh, and jo jine bachchan nahi banni aandi koi gal nahi.
Under starters' orders now, it's the turn of the under-10s. Recently baptized, Pranvat, aged 9, is new to wearing a turban. The turban is the ultimate symbol of Sikhs, and as long as the next generation get to grips with theirs, the future of their faith is guaranteed. Seeking to impress the judges, Pranvat may be taking on the role of an adult Sikh at a young age, but his main rival is even younger.
Okay, when did you start tying turban?
Yesterday.
Yesterday? And what age did you start covering your head?
9.
9. And how old are you now?
7.
7. And when did you learn to tie turban? When did you start it tying?
When I was like, I don't know.
So very long time, yeah?
Now the panel of 5 judges have to reach a unanimous decision.
So we have to decide how can we say which turban is better than the other, because they're all the same really. So we are now trying to decide how we are going to take it forward.
Believing that everyone is equal in their religion, the judges arrive at a very Sikh solution.
So I hope you will agree that everyone's dastar was very smart, very difficult to say, number 1, number 2, number 3. So with this, I would like to declare that everyone is a winner and everyone gets a prize.
That's his favourite colour, red.
Yeah.
He's for United. Not Manchester United, Newcastle United.
No.
Yeah, Manchester United.
Manchester United.
So that is a lesson for life. No one is a loser in the life. Everyone is a winner.
Joining CJ Singh on his spiritual high tomorrow, the Bermudians.
Oh my God, I thought it was an awesome experience.
As they mark a very happy occasion of their own. Every community in Cheetham Hill shares the same responsibility of passing on their very different religions to their children. The area boasts 8 synagogues, 3 Sikh gurdwaras, 7 mosques, and 3 churches. It's all about bringing in new blood.
Want some breakfast?
Luckily for the Christian New Testament Church, they're about to get a new member today.
It's a milestone in her life. She's getting blessed. My baby's growing up.
How does that make you feel?
I'm excited, elated, relieved, stressed, nervous.
Does she enjoy church?
Oh, yeah, she loves church. Yeah, she's like, look, see how excited she got? She likes singing, and she likes the little tambourines, and everybody's clapping their hands, and yeah, she loves church. You love church? Yay!
While Quinet's christening takes her family's ties with their church into another generation, the future of the Rosenfields Jewish family bakery hangs in the balance.
They ordered 300 cocktail fish balls and they've only been given one box.
300?
Jeff's determined to plow on with the business, having dedicated almost 60 years of his life to baking.
Hello? I couldn't stop. I think I'd find it very boring sat at home. It keeps me sane. And you know the saying, if you don't use it, you lose it.
He's there, he's on the phone in the shop. He said he was going home for a few hours and he's downstairs. I think I'll probably get a phone call saying, Robert, can you come and pick me up? Can you wheel me into the shop? I'll have him propped up in the corner or something. I don't think there'll be a day when he says I'm not coming in anymore.
Robert's 13-year-old son, Oliver, is the 5th generation of Rosenfield baker in waiting. But his baking career could be over before it's even begun.
He's already told me, Oliver, that he has no intention of coming into the business whatsoever. There's no point dwelling on the past. Although it's lovely that we've had generations and generations of bakers, I think everyone just has to get on with their own lives and think about today and what they're doing. I do enjoy what I do, but I wouldn't say that it's life or death to me.
I'll just keep on what I'm doing till the time is ready for me to stop.
When will that be?
It's up to the Almighty, not to me.
Today, we'll also say a lot about the future prospects of the Batty family.
I wish I had a good report.
I don't know. Let's see. Why do you know what it is?
Jay and his daughter Mariam are attending a parent-teacher meeting at Cheetham Hill Community School, where almost all the pupils are from the area's Asian and African communities. Jay's hoping to find out if all the extra hours of cramming for grammar school are paying off, which he hopes will give her a career outside the family shop.
Yesterday we were having this conversation where she said, Dad, you do know I'm cleverer than you. And I looked at her and thought, yeah, okay. And then she started throwing maths numbers at me. What's 4 times 5? What's 7 times 25? And what's 13 times 13? And I was answering them, but I was taking my time answering them compared to what she was.
She's such a well-rounded child. She's really friendly, kind, caring, considerate, so helpful. Give me the evil eyes there, Mariam. Do you not believe it? It's just great to have around, a really good friend, just brilliant. In year 5, they're expected to be on average a 3A or a 4C, and we can see she's working well above that.
We're aiming for, obviously, grammar school next year. So, in your opinion, do you reckon she's looking at like a viable candidate?
Oh yeah, definitely. She's got the attitude, the skills. We're really pleased with how hard she works. All the extra effort that she puts in is really showing and paying off. And I know she works hard at home, and that shows in her classwork.
In my entire life, I've only finished 2 books. And she's gone through so many. It's unbelievable. We can't take it easy. We've got to get into grammar school. So we've got to work even harder. So this is just a platform. And we've got to make sure we've put the pedal to the metal, don't let go of our goals.
Metal?
Sorry, it's the phrase.
Proudest of all is Mariam's granddad, Mohammed. He started his career at the bottom of the ladder in a corner shop 40 years ago.
She's above average.
Now his granddaughter could be destined for the very top.
He has so much to contribute, and he's certainly, mashallah, very good. Well done, Mariam.
Jay may have given Mariam the perfect start in life, but would he expect her to sacrifice a career for the sake of the family as he did?
If I was to become seriously ill, I don't know if I would want Mariam to help me or not. Because part of me thinks to myself, you know what, I do need her to help me. But yet the other part of me will say, listen, she has her own life. I don't want to burden her with my illness or with my problem.
If he's really, really ill, I'd like to stop everything I'm doing and just help him out. And no matter what comes, I'd always be there. And he's always been there for me, I'd always be there for him.
At the New Testament Church, Quinet's extended Bermudian family and friends are gathering along with the regular congregation to welcome her into the church.
Hi, Kisari!
Good morning.
Like most vicars in Britain today, Pastor Mackenzie has an aging congregation on his hands, so new faces in church are always a good sign.
It's so important to have new people coming in, because as soon as the older folks have passed on and got home to be with the Lord, you have no one else to take over. And so therefore, if you don't have new people coming in the church and young people coming in the church, then really your church is not going anywhere.
Quinet's blessing will be a proud moment for her Bermudian family. From now on, she'll have the support of the church in her life.
And so, Father God, we ask that you will take care of her from now on, Lord. That you will secure her, my God, as she grows up to be whatever you choose, my Lord, for her life. Father God, that you will, oh God, even from this day, plan her journeys through life, Father God. For the school.
As she's dedicated to God, Quinet not only gains protection from evil, she becomes God's child for the rest of her life.
I dedicate you in the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit.
Amen.
Amen.
Sorry. I was ready to take your royal pasta.
Having her first granddaughter christened in Britain is cause for some Bermudian-style celebrations for Sharon.
My God, I thought it was an awesome experience. I know that my mom and my grandmother are well pleased today because they're in heaven watching over us, and I know that they're well pleased today with the events that took place. This makes Quinet more of a part of the community, and as we grow, it just continues to make us more and more a part of the community.
Today's your day. Look at it.
The church played a big part in the life of Sister Mary when she arrived 50 years ago from Antigua. And today, Quinet's christening is helping her Bermudian family finally find their feet in Britain.
Well, it takes a village to raise a child, you know, and yeah, they're a part of that village for me. Yeah. She loves Sister Mary. I say, she's like my grandmother, like, over here, you know what I mean? Like, my grandmother passed away before we came here, and just like, she just replaced her right away.
So what do you think Quinet will be when she grows up? You think she'll...
Proper English girl, proper British girl. She's raised in England. She's gonna have an English accent. She's a proper English girl. Give mommy a kiss? Oh. You wanna give Sister Mary a kiss? Aww.
Flip it off, come on. Good girl.
Next time.
So you didn't have no sweets?
No sweets.
No chocolates?
No chocolates.
No biscuits?
No biscuits.
It's fasting.
I'm making my mouth water. I'm thinking about food right now.
And feasting.
It's been 18 hours, so people are desperate.
In the month of Ramadan.
I've actually run out of food, you know.
At the Jewish daycare center, it's never too late for love.
Morning, what have you got lined up?
I've got lined up, I've got a nice woman lined up somewhere.
That was a girlfriend.
And the Batty family leave themselves no choice but to wing it to pull in the crowds.
What they should say?
Ladies and gentlemen, 1 pound of fish.
Now, if there's one person you'd love to be stuck on a boat with, it's got to be Paul Merton, and he's here taking us around the world's biggest cruise ship. Don't miss that tomorrow at 8. Up next tonight, examining the unthinkable. It's Kids Who Kill.